Hey, welcome back. All my right thinkers, thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. I do what I do. I'm back in the books teaching. This is fun. Let's get down to what we do. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right Thinker's mission, you know I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? So let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? When I'm through, you will. But answer rhetorical. If you don't have it for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to Mayat, be true. This is like chapter part 2 in the introduction to philosophical nuttery and tree of life. I know you're in theurgy, but this one title is ding ding ding, learning and mastering your principles of wisdom, aka right thinker philosophy. These are the things that you need to do. And I'm just giving them to you so you can practice them and you'll know yourself too. That's the goal. That's my mission. I'm on it. Let's get started. I've been telling you for a while, religious practice has 3 steps. And most of us get stuck on first and second, okay? But in Masonic order, there's 3 steps. Pretty much everything that's occult following, everything is broken down into 3s, okay? So let's start with this one. It's going to break down real nice for you if you pay attention. But self-mastery is also broken down into 3s. Let's go. Now, your religious practice had 3 steps. You got the myth, the story. You got the ritual, which you practice. Then you got the mysticism. That ding, 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 ding. Mysticism is when you have that experience for yourself. It's eternal. It's all inside here. It's not outside you. You know that? Well, oh wait, no, it's all internal. So understand that. Self-mastery means self-internal mastery. And it is made effective. How? Through 3 disciplines, study habits of what we call sheeting. It means disciplines and ability to study, to penetrate what? The mysteries of what? Shita Netta, the hidden God. I mean, you got to find God for yourself. You hear me say, Amun is hidden, Ra is visible, Ptah is us in the flesh. That's the 3 concept. But we are in search as humans. We need to find who? Amun. Where is he? It's not us. We don't know that. So those who know that try to instruct and teach those who don't. That's why I do what I do for you. If you don't know that, I'm trying to help you out. Moving on. No other reason. I got no other agenda. Okay? The disciplines are, watch this. First of all, listening. As a student, I'm an attentive listener. As a teacher, I listen twice as hard. Why? Because I got to address what I'm hearing. That's why. And reflection. Once you hear something, you got to try to comprehend it, understand it, run it through give it the test, see if it makes sense, the discernment. All those things are done through reflecting on what you listen to, okay? The third one is meditation. That's when you take it to your higher self. What? No, pray and don't talk to God. You giving commandments or asking for stuff. Talking to God is communing with him from a higher level. That's what meditation is all about. If you're not a meditator, you don't have a clue what I'm saying to you at this point. I'm speaking another language right now. I don't speak no other language than English. So you talking to me in Spanish, don't waste your time. Why? I don't understand it. But yeah, I don't speak Spanish. Moving on. No other language. So in order to harness, back to the concept, the power of what? Principles. There we go. Back to this concept. The principles of the Neteru, you must what? You must know that principle. You see me doing my eye. That principle represents balance, order, reciprocity, okay? Everything that's divine and good. I represent that in my daily life, in my personality, my character. So I'm emulating my for myself. I show you that every day. And this will try to show you, you can take anyone, God and gods, emulate them, and they'll serve you well. Why? That's what their job is, to function. It don't make a difference who follow them. To them, they just there for that purpose. So watch this. Let me get back to the lesson. This is about to get good. All right. You must know that principle. And to know that is to what? Now we back to what? Becoming it. You got to become what you believe you are. With me, I'm Maya. I'm going to be balanced. I'm going to have order. I'm going to deal with myself in a respectful manner. And my moral code is impeccable. I speak my Karu. So there's no weakness in whom I am when it comes to my personality. When I live in Maya, she keeps me covered at every area. I told you I'm God conscious. In order to know it, now we get into my area. You must be able to philosophically, meaning express it. I teach it. I learned to just teach. I used to learn to live. I did that already. I mastered that. Now I learned to teach. What? Different aspects and concepts. This same lesson. I couldn't have this knowledge. I didn't have this knowledge 2 years ago when I gave this lesson. Why? I was pretty much learning it and getting my feet wet. 4 or 5 years now. But yeah, the concept back then, I was just, now I run through this. I done did it. That's why. Moving on. Sorry, but you can philosophically deconstruct it. And then you can philosophically reconstruct it. And you can also, what? Express your experiences. That's the wisdom of it. As well as express it when daily. You know it. You are it. By what? Studying, teaching, relating to it. Everything I do is based on my right thinking philosophy, aka it. By acting on it, I think on it, I speak on it. When my actions take on this quality of this discipline, I am a teacher. I am a sage. I am a good person. And this all for the discipline, what? Spiritually disciplined. My life actions show I'm spiritually disciplined. I conduct myself in a respectful manner. I got people ask me, why are you so happy? That's a problem. I should be angry. I should be mad. And when life is beating you down, it's easy to wear that man, life ain't beating me down right now. I got no anger. I got no hostility. That's a good place. I'm trying to hold this. Why? I like this. Some people may not. Could care less. Moving on. But that's what you got. When you find contentment within yourself, that's what you go with. Not trying to appease or please somebody else. I don't get validation from man. And when your actions are now what? They become your rituals. I have a ritual that I follow daily. Have been for years. In which you are what? Taking in the teachings and learning the philosophy, and you take it to what? The next level, meaning what? Your religious practice. Whatever your religious practice, I'm just giving you food for that to help feed it. I'm not trying to tell you stop or don't. I'm just helping you along the way. Your actions are also to now become what? Your day-to-day expressions of the teachings that you're learning in what? Your ordinary life and situations. You practice it every day. It don't get no simpler than that. I'm trying to show you by what every day, that's what I do for you. Now you can implement it. They gotta be like me, get a show and talk to people. No, just implement the lesson that you're getting for yourself. And then people will see the change in you and you can get to do your thing too. Why? When you do it your way, they're gonna ask you what you doing, how you doing. That's when you can philosophize and you can specifically break it down for them. Okay? Because why? You had experience. Why? You've done it. Don't just say, my man said, my man taught some good stuff. Oh, yeah. But are you using it? I don't give a damn about your view or your like. If you just, no, they ain't for me. I'm here for you. Sorry, moving on. But where you at? And again, your actions in all your situations, you should practice that. But now you got people in the practice of my Anuian or right thinking philosophy. It comes from the Anuian theology of life, tree of life, spiritual program. You offer libation, that's over there. I don't get involved in the ritual. I'm not big on ritual. My man Bobby Hemmett, that's my dude. He's big on the ritual thing. Okay, he understands it. So yeah, that's what he brings to the table. I'm big on teaching philosophical points of view. That's it. Now you got libation. I got my incense over there. I got the candle over there if I need to light it. All that. Speaking words of Hecker. Those are things that I keep personal. Simple as that. Like I said, my prayers. I don't pray out loud. Today is Wednesday. I'm going to pray out loud. I look forward to it. Why? I'm taking them prayers in. Just like my pastor do. He's going to give it externally. I'm going to give it internally. They don't have a clue. I'm praying for them. They pray for me too. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Incessory prayer. When you look out for somebody else, you putting God onto them. But their job is to what? Live and earn those blessings. That's all. They don't just happen. Oh, no, you pray for me, so all of a sudden I got well. No, it don't work that way. But you use your words of power. That's when people chanting or they speaking in tongues. Everybody expresses their spiritual things different. I don't knock none of them. Not a one. Okay? But you have Hecker, which means special words of power and chant. And to commemorate and to invoke what? The energy, aka the spirit, the cosmic force. Still with the cosmic force. We're coming now of Aset. Remember, this is just one goddess. This is Aset. She got a whole host. I got a bunch of them. And you think that girl Sybil with different personalities, she wasn't expressing her God and goddess, I guess, personalities the right way, but that's what she was doing. If she was doing it that way, I don't know what kind of person it was, each identity, but my God and goddess, I use them all, okay? And then, we just did what I said, and then what happens? You do what? You do your reading, or you do your listening to a recording or a lecturer, like myself, and you reflect on what? On what you have learned or read. Simple. Reflected, it means listening, keeping it inside, reflect on it, and using what you could, get basic understanding, and meditate on it, and then see if it works. That's how you learn. And then after all is done, you meditate. And then we go back to meditation. Why? That's you locking it in on what you have studied. But in your day-to-day life, you have to emulate it and practice it. That's how you become a master. You must also act like who? I said, she's the reason to ride or die, okay? You must adopt what? Her principles, her personality, and notice that you don't give up your personality. You just bring hers into yours. And that's how you better yourself. And you become what? Like her. Like Mike. Okay, we can't physically run and grab from the free throw line and dunk no damn ball, but we can emulate wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and being a better person. Okay? And Aset offers you that. You discover her essence within what? You. And your personality is now transformed thereby. You're changing yourself from the inside. From the inside. Feeling it? Hope y'all. But now remember that you already are an expression of what? The divine spirit, God. You're not becoming something else. When you begin to learn about the principles, and now you start to what? Act and think in accordance with those principles. Now you begin to feel what? Like them. Or rather, you begin to what? Recognize them in you. Yourself as your own what? Deeper, innate nature. You are becoming God. With what? Knowledge and understanding how to live, do, and be. And it will happen now. Kundalini starts God. When you start living right, doing right, the fire starts to build and churn up. Okay, that's the concept, the serpent that's in you. And everybody in medical form uses the serpent. If he was so bad, why everybody in medical history use him? Christians. Oh, the serpent was bad. Not so fast, my friend. For those ignorant of what he represents, who he is, yeah. But for those who know, back up off the serpent. Moving on. I don't need to defend him. He got enough of his own to do what he need to do. Ask anybody in India. They'll back him. That ain't my job. My job is to give information where we at. So watch this. Now, in this way, what happens? You're becoming a master of oneself. These are qualities that's within you that you're mastering. You feel me? See where we're going? But remember the saying, men and women are mortal gods and goddesses. In flesh, yeah, we're mortal. The flesh gonna die. But, and gods and goddesses are what? Immortal men and women. That's the next level up. If you still think you're human, that's mortal. You're mortal. If you think and know yourself, you become immortal. That's the concept. And that is what our ancient Egyptian ancestors is teaching and taught. And it lasted, served them well for over 3,000 years of peace and harmony. We ain't got that. Moving on. But that's the level of excellence that we have yet to reach as supposedly civilized people against our ancients who was cannibals and all. No, we enlightened society. And the Egyptians and the whole thing, their goal was to what? Take you down the spiritual path in human form. To raise you from a mortal human to an immortal spiritual being. So after death of the physical body, you go home. We got more spiritual beings down here we got up in heaven. I'm just saying. But if you were to remove what? Your ignorance. Ding, 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 ding. That's our main obstacle. And along with ignorance comes your unrighteousness. Meaning you're not going to do what's right. You're going to do what you want. That's through the practice of what? But through the practice of my girl, my yacht, the practice of Shidi and studying daily of the teachings and living them. And if you begin to practice as we are talking here today, when I give you information, take it and implement it right then. Why? That's how you can use it just right there. It's the right time you use it. Simple. Ain't no waiting. Not like your little pill. You got to wait 15, 20 minutes to get up. No, the information I give you, instant, spontaneous. Now, knowing the divinities, that's yourself. Why? That's who you really are. And these are just aspects of yourself that they consider to be godly. And once you understand that, knowing the divinities and acting like them, speaking their truths, makadu, thinking thoughts, positive, good, always up, relate to them, how they think, their rationale. My logic and reason, my discernment is up there. Learning to reason. Again, get along with people, no matter how ignorant, I still get along with people as they do. You eventually what? You become like them, meaning godlike. You become one with them, aka, again, godlike. And there are cosmic forces in the universe that are, watch this, positive and negative. We know that. But the negative cosmic forces are due to what? Ignorance. Ignorance causes what? Cosmic forces to be turned. See this hat? Pointing good. You can flip it. Everything I'm giving you good, you can flip it and make it bad. And watch this. The negative cosmic ignorant causes cosmic forces to what? To be turned to that which is what? Relatively negative. For instance, quick lesson. Let's say that you have I hate this analogy. I don't like that one. Okay. I really don't. No, I'm about that. That's called a fluff. I don't do fluff. I ain't big on fluff. The wasted concept. But the idea is that if you're doing something that you think is good and it's hurting people, it ain't good. Because you think it is. No, if people not benefiting, profit, but thereby, your stuff is not good. I give my philosophy, reciprocity. You give, one gives, one takes. That's how it's done. If one is giving more than the other, that won't last long. Okay, it says here to stop. But I missed something. I missed. Where is my? Okay, where am I over here? 91. Oh, I gotta get my forces. I missed something. What did I miss? What did I miss? I missed my loot stuff, my Star Wars. I missed the whole page. Sorry about that. 1 second. Man. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm freaking out. I'm like, wait a minute, something I missed. No, it's on the bottom of his face. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna leave all the fluff. But right here, Hitler tried to use the good concepts for negative. We got people, the KKK took it and made it negative. That's what I call fluff. I ain't got time for that. I want to get to the good stuff. Where I'm at down here, it says start down here. Now, when I'm getting that, should I read that? Yeah. Oh, quick story. Another one. I'm into the origin of things. When I hear stories, we get information. I want to know where the information come from. Track down the source of information before you start giving it out. First thing, let me get to this now. So there is an ancient Egyptian parable, a story that illustrates some important aspects of my teachings related to the cosmic forces. Okay, show you this. I got to read this because this leads up to Star Wars. Now, ancient time, we tell a story how this comedic story of the Old Kingdom period, the most ancient period of the dynastic era, there was once a story about a king who got bored, okay? But because he got a harem, now the king, the women did all the work. I might not like this, watch this. Now the king, all the women would work. He had a harem. And one of the ladies in the harem said, why don't we take a boat ride? And we'll all play music for you, and we'll sail down the Nile, and we can have a great time. He said, excellent idea. Let's do it. They all piled up, got in the boat, okay? So they went sailing down the Nile, and all the ladies were playing the music, and they was relaxing, and it was unbelievably calm. If you go to Egypt, you can see it happening. Why? If you can sail just as they used the ancient times, they said you can always sail north. The wind blew north to south, so it usually blows south to north, but you can flow up with no problem. You need the oars to come back down, so they knew that. All right, now all of a sudden, what happened? One of the ladies stopped rowing. They're in the rowboat. You don't have men, you got women rowing the boat. Think about that. We can get past the male ego nonsense. Okay, but the women start rowing. Why? Because then the rest of them stopped rowing, and the king asked, what? What's going on? Why we stop? Okay, and the lady said, I lost my great jewel that you have given me. That's like a woman dropping her wedding ring. Stop, what? We got to get my damn ring. The jewel, okay? It fell overboard. Never mind, no. Okay, so now, watch this. I can't see it. I don't know what happened to it. And then the king called on what? One of his ministers, the priest, a sage, the wise man, okay, to see if he could do anything about this problem. You're on the Nile, on the boat. She drops something in the river, goes down, drop bottom. What could you possibly do? Luke, use the force. The priest said, no problem. He said to the minister, so one of my wives lost her joy by this. Okay, so now what happened? And I gave her, it's very important, she's very upset. All the ladies are upset, everybody upset. So they had stopped rowing, and my whole wonderful day has been ruined. It's a nightmare now. Can you do anything? So then the minister said, all right, I do my best I can. Right there. He let you know, I'm going to give it my best effort. I ain't saying I can't. I'm going to give it my best. In life, when you working for him, that's all he asks for. He ain't saying your best going to get it done. He ain't saying your best going to make you the victor. But if you give him your best, he'll acknowledge that and respect you for that. Moving on. Okay. Now, then he goes to and looks overboard, and he utters a few words of power. Abracadabra. Sound familiar? For some reason, everybody think those is the only powerful words. Heck, remember, Ta is the originator of words of power, and his first words were Ta. When kids first come out, the first thing they say, they mimic, they Ta, 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 Ta. Okay, so he uttered a few words. I just use abracadabra. That's when everybody, magic magician, everybody use them words. Okay, Allah, Sabah, whatever you want to do it. So all of a sudden, what happened? You ready? The Nile River stopped flowing. Yeah, you heard me. The Nile River stopped flowing, and furthermore, the water started to what? Part. In the middle, the water from one side rose up and went to the top of the other side, and there was a parting of the Nile. This is the Nile. This ain't the Red Sea with Moses. We getting there, but this the originator of the story, where it comes from. Watch this and watch this. And so the priest got out and started walking on the bottom of the Nile. And he saw the jewel, okay, and had fallen, where it had fallen. And he went and picked it up and returned to the boat. And what happened? The priest uttered some more words, Alabim Kazem Baboom. Okay, the waters went back. Kind of like Moses putting the staff up. He came back into the Nile again. And what happened? They started flowing down the river, down the Nile again. And all the ladies started rowing, and everything was fine from then on. Quick story. And this story, of course, came thousands of years before the parting of the Red Sea by your Bible story of Exodus. Just want to let you know that. Moving on. I'm wrapping it up right now. I got a little bit more. We almost there. Sorry, but this is good. This is the good part. Okay? What I'm trying to get at is that the fantastic feats are possible. If you went to Shaolin monks, they do some fantastic feats. Why? Daily practice and getting better at it. To us, it's amazing. To them, that's what they do. Now, it's possible that the cosmic forces can now be controlled and harnessed. Said Yoda. This includes feats such as flying through the air, making it rain, causing earthquakes and storms, etc. And the psychic powers is off the hook. And the powers to what? Control the forces of nature as such. We just heard the story. Now, recall the movie. Here we go. George Lucas, Star Wars. When I was in prison, the book was out, Return of the Jedi, Star Wars, whatever it was. Man, I read that book. That book was powerful. I was in prison at that time, so I wasn't nowhere near enlightened. I wasn't know none of that. But that book changed my life when I was in solitary confinement. It sent me into myself. It directed me into me. So I'm still looking at it and say, wait a minute, it worked. Watch this. Perfect. And where he took up the theme, what happened? Okay, Star Wars, where he took up the theme of what? Life force energy residing where in the universe that sustains all life, which the ancient Egyptians, we called it Sekhem, Ari, whatever. And we called it the what? The force. Luke used the force. I've been telling you that the whole time because that's where I got it from Star Wars. When I started studying, I'm like, oh, he stole it too. He did it too. He admitted, yeah. But I ain't got a problem with that. Why? It helped me. I didn't see it, him stealing his information I used, it had better than me. So I give him kudos for that. Now when I start studying, I know where he got it from. That's all. And he's admitting it. He's saying no. He's admitting, watch this. And where special individuals can what? Harness the forces of nature. It's been proven. We know that. And there were what? This is where he gets it from. He's saying it. This is where the idea comes from. And he admitted as much. And it came from the ancient sage who discovered these forces and developed spiritual discipline to discover and develop them. If you were able to know the principles, like I do, I keep trying to make that point, and you become one with them, done that too, you perpetuate them in a proper way, positive, good manner. What happened? You could harness their power too. You could even perform strange feats. Controlling the outer forces of nature or controlling and manipulating what? The inner forces, the subtle forces that are even more powerful and potentially more destructive in the wrong hands to harm, to human personalities. And that's when it falls in the category of egoism. That guy we got in the house is the total representation of that. Wrapping it up. Now, we should also understand, that's perfect now, we should not neglect that the subtle aspect of the myth is relating to the what? The power of inner peace that leads to enlightenment. When the Pharaoh became bored, it was his ego that made his mind what? Agitated. Again, he had given what? Away a jewel, which represents a goal, and the inner peace of self-knowledge. Again, a piece of him he gave, and she lost it. And that upset him. Just like it upset her. So it wasn't, understand, that's happens, what happened. Now, to find that jewel is necessary to what? Stop all movement. Philosophically, metaphorically, and the endless actions of what? Your futile pursuits of life long enough to what? Learn what you need to know and utter the words of power that will turn your mind towards what? The goal of what? Said jewel. In order to see the way to the goal, you have obtained that goal by what? Doing the things you need to do to make it happen. The movement of what? Life may continue, and we know that, with a higher perspective and a higher vision and a masterful dominion over one's life. That's knowing thyself, controlling thyself, and in any situation, knowing what to do and how to deal with it. I'm going to stop right there. That's time for real. I'm going to stop. But I got some more. I ain't done yet. But I'll be back. Ooh, this is just starting good. Self-mastery is the art that once you get into it, it takes you anywhere you want to go. But it's all about the self. So I'll be right back with another ending of this lesson. But in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers have passed away. I'll be right back. I'm not done.